Hey guys, I hope you had time to check out yesterday's video. If you didn't, well then you don't understand why I'm wearing the same outfit, but it's just been a really crazy week with work, so I decided to film 2 videos in one day, that way I didn't get behind in filming. If you've listened to the middle of my last couple of videos, you have noticed me talking about feeling empty on the inside, and I really recognized this feeling last Sunday at church, and I don't really know, I think I was just daydreaming off in church, but I realized that my heart literally just had a hole in it, and I don't think I've ever felt so empty before, and it kind of just hit me that I really was missing something, and as I was letting my past still control my life, I noticed that anytime I, looked really pretty, or I got a new outfit, or I saw progress in my workouts, or anything I was doing to better myself, it was to make my past regret what it had done. And I don't really want to go into specifics about that, but really I was living for somebody else rather than living for God, and I was letting them still control my life, and maybe one day I'll be able to talk about that with you guys, but my heart had been broken, and since it had been broken, I just hadn't been the same person, and there had just been a hole. And at first I thought that it was just because I had my heart broken, and I thought that's what that was supposed to feel like, and then it healed over time. But then, the past few months I started to feel that feeling again, and I thought, and I hadn't had my heart broken recently, nothing bad has really happened. There's been a few things, but nothing really, too traumatic or anything like that. And today, when I was reading my Jesus Calling and then my Book of Prayers book, I really realized that I was making my past an idol. Almost, I was just letting my past control what I did every day. I really was just trying to better myself for somebody else who's not even in my life anymore. And it was kind of shocking that I was doing that. I really couldn't believe that that's what was really happening, and it's just crazy that we can idolize other people or put other people above ourselves and then above God as well, and we don't even realize it until, I don't want to say until it's almost too late, but until you're broken. I was living for Him, and I wasn't living for God, and Hebrews 13:8 talks about how God is the same every day, and His love is the same every day. God doesn't change. We're the ones who change. We're the ones who turn against Him. We're the ones who forget how much He loves us. And Hebrews 13:7 says, obey God over others and yourself, and He protects us, and to not flaunt the idols over Him. And it's almost a crazy feeling just realizing that I was putting somebody over God, and I didn't even know it at the time. It hurts, and I can't imagine what it feels like to God to know that I was putting somebody over Him, and that's all He wants. All He wants is for us to put Him at the beginning of our lives. He wants us to live for Him, to breathe for Him, to serve for Him, and I just can't even put into words it felt great realizing why I was feeling this way, but at the same time it felt so terrible because I couldn't believe that I thought I was doing so great in my faith and I was growing so much, but I was failing so much at the exact same time. Another thing I realized was I was just letting school and work take over, and Revelations 2:4 says, but I have this against you, that you have abandoned the love that I had for you first. This is another reason why I think I felt so distant, was because I was putting school in front of God. With school, I've talked about all the stress that comes with it and all the anxiety, and we're not supposed to worry, but I was putting those worries, those fears, all the anxiety, all the stress from my grades, all the stress from everything I had to do every single weekend above God. And I know that I'm always busy with school. I know I'm busy with work when I come home for breaks, and I'm working 5 to 13 hours a day, and with school I'm doing 5 classes, so many hours a day. Then I have to study organizations, I have to work out, I have to sleep, I have to eat, I have to do so much stuff in 24 hours. I was putting my life in front of his, and it's like I said, I don't have words for, I can't even believe that I was acting this way when I thought I was such a great example to so many people. But I am so glad that I figured out where this burden is coming from and where this hole in my heart is coming from. And I think it's such great timing with deciding to choose joy, because now I'll be choosing joy for God. I won't be choosing joy for myself, because I was choosing joy for myself for somebody else. And I know this video may seem kind of confusing to some of you. Some of you know what I'm talking about if you know about my past. Others, you may just not understand, and like I said, I may get into that later on. But just remember that you're here to live for God, and things may have happened in your past, but you need to let God control you. And He's not going to control you out of hate or out of spite. All He wants to do is love you, and that's another reason I wasn't letting God control me. I'm scared of love because of what has happened to me, and so I was scared for God to love me, because I didn't know if His control was going to be any different from the control I felt before. I didn't know if it was going to be that same type of constrictive burden that's put on my life when somebody else is in control of me. And I think I was just really loving the feeling of being my own person and being free and just being able to do whatever I wanted to do, and nobody telling me what I could do, when I could do it, what I can wear, who I can talk to, any of those things. And I wasn't letting God really reflect on my life. I hope you guys just got something out of this. If you're scared of love, if you're scared of control, I pray that you can just look at some of these verses and realize that God's love and control is so different than any human feeling somebody will ever give to you. He's never going to hate you. He's never going to break your heart. He's never going to leave you. He'll be by your side no matter what. He will always have your back no matter how far you run, or if you stop loving Him, He's still going to love you. So I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. Remember to like and subscribe. I won't have a video up for a few days. Hopefully I will, maybe by Sunday. It's just work's getting really busy, and I'm trying to get a lot of stuff done before Christmas. But I will see you guys super soon. Bye.